Hey guys, welcome back to Embers and Ash. Today I'm taking you through my evening routine. If you follow my vlogs, you know I always end them off right when Josh gets home basically, and today I'm letting you in on what happens after Josh gets home. So Rook just woke up from his last nap and I went in and gave him a feed. And then Josh came home from work, and it's always a good time when Josh comes home because it's a fun surprise for Rook and he gets really excited to see Josh after not seeing him all day. Josh went and hopped in the shower, and in the meantime I folded some laundry. I don't do chores every evening, it kind of depends how my day goes. Sometimes I don't do any chores all day and I do them all in the evening, or I do all my chores during the day and then I don't have to do them at night, that kind of thing. Josh loves getting to spend as much time as he can with Rook in the evening because he only gets to see him for a couple hours before he goes to sleep. And then I went to get started on Rook's dinner for the evening. We were trying out shrimp for the first time to see if it's an allergen, and also of course just to introduce new foods to him. While the shrimp was heating up, I actually unpacked the sushi that I forgot to mention that Josh brought home that evening. Earlier in the day I asked Josh if he wanted sushi for dinner, and I meant that I would make it, but he thought I meant to buy it. So we bought it, which is fine. It's always fun to have restaurant sushi. And then we sat down on the couch to have our dinner. We do a mix of eating dinner at the table and on the couch. It kind of depends on our mood. Sometimes we just want to zone out and watch a TV show, which was this evening. We watched some Parks and Rec, ate our sushi, and honestly, the sushi was not good. We tried a new restaurant. We really didn't eat much of it. It was just low quality. You know how that is sometimes? And then more playtime with Rook. He gets really goofy and laughs a lot in the evening as he gets closer to his bedtime, so he's just so much fun to play with. Rook's shrimp was cooked, and I wasn't exactly sure how I wanted to feed it to him because I was worried of, the choking hazard. So I decided to just mince it up and put it in an egg for omelet style, and Rook really liked it. I already know that he likes eggs, so I wasn't that surprised, but I was a little worried that the fishiness would bother him, but I think maybe because he's already had sardines, that played into him enjoying the shrimp more. Josh took Rook away to give him a little bit of a wash, and in the meantime I started on cleaning up the kitchen. I really prioritize getting the kitchen cleaned at the end of the day because it really puts me in a good mood in the morning when I have a completely clean house and clean kitchen, and I feel more productive that way. It definitely isn't something that I do every evening. Sometimes I just need to rest and I choose not to, but if I can, I like to get it all cleaned. And I opted in for some dessert this evening, especially because our dinner wasn't that filling. Josh and Rook were playing again at this point. Like I said earlier, Josh just likes to get as much time as he can in with Rook, because these moments are fleeting. This is definitely something that is not normal and is not routine, but sometimes you just get fed up with something in your house. I was fed up with how dirty the floors were, so I just mopped. Sorry for the grainy footage, but this is me nursing Rook for the last time that evening. I wanted to keep the lights low for Rook, of course, so the video quality suffered a little bit. And here I am just putting him in his sleep sack for the night. He went to bed around 6:30. We're trying to push his bedtime back to closer to 7 or 8, but it's a process. And now that Rook is fed and in bed, and I know that he's not waking again in the middle of the night, I went and treated myself to a beer. This is in Josh's closet. If you don't already know about it, it's called a Keezer, a keg freezer. He made it himself, and it basically lets you get beer on tap, which is really cool. I did a very poor job of pouring my beer, as you can see, compared to the way Josh's turned out, but it turns out that that keg was almost empty, so it wasn't my fault. It was the keg's fault. And with beers in hand, we started yoga. You guys know that we've been doing yoga together for a couple weeks now, and it's been really nice just to wind down with it. It's really good for Josh's flexibility and healing old injuries. I've of course been enjoying it too, really relaxing, but also getting a bit more strength in my body. And yeah, that's about it for the routine. We spent the rest of the evening just watching TV. Sometimes we watch Parks and Rec, sometimes we watch a movie. We recently watched Gladiator, which was really good. Sometimes we play video games. It depends on the evening. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!